Hey everyone, it's Paul Mampilly again, and this is the last episode of the previews that we've had for the IPO Fortune Symposium. So before I get going on what I have for you today, I want to thank all of you for staying with me through these previews with me and Amber and with Hudson and all the things that we put in front of you. I hope you've enjoyed them. And before I get into what I'm going to get into, I want to remind you that tomorrow is the big day. So that's June 25th at 1 p.m. That's when we go live, when you'll see what our team, and I just want to name all the members of our team, and I just want to make sure I look at these here so I don't forget. That's what Ariel, Natalie, Jacqueline, Nick, Sarah, Ian, Patrick, Tamara, Hudson, and in truth, so many others that work in our bigger Banyan Hill team have been working on for over a month. This is hundreds of hours of planning, preparation, work on our part to make this our incredible special event for you. And the reason why we've spent all this time on the IPO Fortune Symposium is because of the size and scale of the opportunity that we see in front of us, that we see coming right now, and that I personally, and we as a team, as a publishing company, we want you to capture a part of. And I can tell you that Wall Street is very unlikely to tell you about these, while they were perfectly happy to tell you about scam IPOs in 1999 to buy into. You'll notice that for the most part, the current IPO boom that's going on is going on very quietly. No one is jumping up and down to tell you that you should buy in, that these companies really represent a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because they are redefining life, not just in terms of business, however, in terms of our social lives, how we do things. And for many of these companies, this is a global phenomenon. And these companies are completely, and I've made this word up, so don't laugh, transformizing our lives. In other words, every aspect of our economy, our lives is being changed. And these companies IPO are the ones that really are doing it. So once again, important details, and please just bear with me if I repeat it again. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. sharp tomorrow, June 25th, you'll see everything that we have put together for you. And so for today's preview, I just want to give you a couple of highlights from what you're going to see tomorrow. And it's really an incredible show that John and I have put together, and it has details about IPOs, a little bit about my history with IPOs, and again, why we really believe that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So one thing you'll see tomorrow, and we've mentioned this before to you, is that we have spent a lot of time researching IPOs, and we have come up with some unbelievable research, some incredible research. And you'll see that we have come up with our own incredible proprietary metric, including one that 6x's what the average IPO generates in terms of return. So that's 6 times what you might get from an average IPO. And you'll hear about it tomorrow during the IPO Fortune Symposium. The other thing we want to show you is real evidence from real folks just like you who have already been making big money. In fact, we had one reader that has already made upwards of 10,000%. Seriously, one reader that has made in excess of 10,000% from an IPO. And most important of all, Amber, Hudson, and I, when we looked at the IPO market, we realized that there was one single X factor that was really, really important. And we're going to discuss this in some detail and show you lots of different aspects of our rating system. So in total, you're going to hear from me and Hudson on generally the total opportunity set, which I believe is just absolutely enormous. And you've seen some of this already if you've been following the news. You know, Beyond Meat and other companies that have come public. But we've got more companies that are coming public. We've got Airbnb that is still to come public. We have WeWork that is still to come public. And in truth, we have not yet put buys on some of the IPOs that have come because our IPO rating system tells us that for some companies, it makes sense to wait. So we will lay out what that system is, what our way of evaluating these metrics are. And then most of all, finally, I want to tell you about my big prediction, which is that I believe that with our system, with our service, we can generate 12 100% winners in 12 months. Call it my 12 by 12 prediction, my 12 by 12 prediction. And if you go and look at a stock like Beyond Meat, well, that came public at $25, and the recent peak for Beyond Meat is $200. So from $25 to $200, and that happened in the space of 5 to 6 weeks. So calling for 12 100% winners is really, in this environment, not that big a deal, because we have looked at the IPO market and we really believe that we can generate this kind of performance from the IPO market because of what is going on right now. So finally, during the IPO Fortune Symposium, you're going to get details on how to access my #1 IPO right now. And this is a new world, truly amazing new world company. It's a biotechnology company that I believe could do to pharmaceuticals and biotechnology what Amazon did to the retail industry and what Netflix did to media. In other words, capture a huge amount of market share. And by doing that, what we'll see is like pouring water from a big jug, where right now companies like Merck and Pfizer have all of that. And you can think of all that value stored up in those companies. And what you'll see is that somebody pouring it into a different jug, which I believe this company is a really, really good candidate for, because they have data, they have drugs, they really represent all of the aspects of precision medicine and new medicine. And this is why we've made this company my #1 IPO that I would tell you to target once you join my IPO service. So, all right, so I know I put a lot at you, and I just want to give you the critical details, which is you should go ahead right now and go ahead to IPOfortunes.com. That's IPOfortunes.com. And if you need to, go ahead and bookmark it. I recommend that you get there at least 15 minutes ahead, because sometimes there's a big crush of people that want on, and you might have some trouble getting on. I don't want you to miss any part of it. So please get to IPOfortunes.com 15, 20 minutes early. Just sit there, bookmark it, leave a tab open so you never miss anything. And it's tomorrow, June 25th, 2019. So that's tomorrow, June 25th, 2019 at 1 p.m. Please don't miss it. Thank you for watching the IPO Fortune Symposium preview series. I'll see you tomorrow.